my name is Afika bint Nizamuddin. I am a student of International Business. Today we'll be having an interview session with Mr. Adam Charlton, Student Recruitment Manager at Richmond American University in London, England. Hi sir, how are you?
Hi there, I'm very well, thank you. Thank you for inviting me on to the podcast today.
Perfect. Before we begin today's interview session, so can you say more about yourself and your background?
Yeah, so I am the Student Recruitment Manager at Richmond American University, London, and I've been working with Richmond for the last 6 years, sort of recruiting international students, helping them to achieve their educational goals. And before that, I've worked at other UK universities in recruitment and admissions roles, and prior to that, I used to live in China where I managed English language schools and used to teach English to international students and help them to come and study in the UK, Australia, Canada. Yeah.
Wow, amazing. So China and teaching English, it's really important in today's world.
Yeah.
Yes. So Richmond University is known for its international community. How does the university foster a global learning program or environment, and what unique opportunity does it offer to its students?
Yeah. So here at Richmond, we are quite a unique institution in the UK. We follow the US liberal arts education system, but all our students graduate with both a UK degree and a US degree. Right. So internationalization really is at the core of what we do. Our motto is unity in diversity, and during the courses, the degrees that the student studies, they have opportunities to study abroad, to do internships. And because we are based in London, London is such a global, cosmopolitan, international city, we can take advantage of so many things outside the classroom, which give extra benefits to our students and really complement what they're learning inside the classroom. Our student body is also particularly international. So unlike many other universities in the UK, which will be predominantly made up of British students, we have about 40% of our students come from the US, about 20% from the UK, and the other 40% is a real international mix. So within a class, you might be studying with 10, 11, 12 different nationalities in a class of, say, 30 students. So, yeah, I really feel that fosters the international collaboration and knowledge.
So having the US and the UK certificates, how does it benefit them as a student? How does the pathway begin? Where can they go from Richmond?
Yeah, so it really benefits them, particularly if they want to go and live and work in the US, as having that US degree can really give them sort of a slight advantage when they're looking for jobs, when they're going to grad school, and in that sense. And it also just really highlights the internationalness of the education. You know, the UK and the US are two of the world's best best education systems. And essentially we can pick the best parts of those two systems. And from a standards point of view, we have to meet standards from both of these countries. So the academic integrity is very high of our programs. So I think that employers really see that, when our students go into the workplace, the graduates, they're really showcasing the skills they learn through a liberal arts degree and that international collaboration that they've had during their time at Richmond. Yeah.
So in terms of that, what key features or extra interesting programs does Richmond provide so that it is different it shines more than other institutes in the UK?
Yeah, so particularly at master's degree level, we have some really great collaborations with other institutions in the UK. So for example, on our MA in Luxury Brand Management, we have a partnership with Condé Nast, which obviously is a global publication company. So our students will not only do academic classes at Richmond, but they can go to Condé Nast and do workshops, benefit from their employability, from their guest speakers. So it's almost like you're a student at two different organizations. We also offer one of our MBA pathways, our entrepreneurship pathway. We work with Draper University in California, and students at the end of that program can go and spend 5 weeks there, and they get to pitch their business ideas to seed investors at Draper University, and winning pitches can receive investments in their business ideas. And through the study abroad programs at undergraduate level, we have over 50 partners around the world. And during their studies, students can come here to Sharjah and spend a semester if they want, or go to places like Australia, New Zealand, South America, institutions in Europe. So even though a student might be studying abroad in London, they can go and then get a further international experience. And I think that, in our employability statistics and general statistics from when we speak to companies show that, students that have been able to collaborate with many internationalities, that have had cross-cultural experience, they're more likely to reach management positions over the long term. They're better at working in teams. They develop all these key soft skills, employability skills, and general life skills that are going to get them ahead in the workplace.
So by joining this additional programs, are you able to do internships while studying as well? Is that like a benefit for them?
So again, a really good feature of the US education system is that they have 4 credit internships. And so all our students will have the option to do an internship during their time at Richmond. It's 4 credit, so it is a formal work placement. They're not just working in a company for a few weeks, making tea, doing photocopying. They're doing actual graduate level work. They're building a network with employers. They're putting the theory they've learned from their degree into practice and getting an insight into the world of work. And our students often will then get offered further work, or perhaps even full-time employment through those employers. And just to give you one example, a graduate from a few years ago, he went to do an internship with a congresswoman in the US, Kelsey Gabbard, who was running to be the US president. So that's an amazing experience for him.
So by joining these programs, the university is also able to help students in terms of academics, extracurricular activities, career development. What other programs do you offer in terms of projects or joining society, local community, and working with the community and coming up with new projects for the country as well? So
through our liberal arts framework and the liberal arts courses that our students take, this culminates in them doing a service learning project in the community. So by working with local organisations, whether that's doing sort of charity-based work, whether that's doing business sustainability work, they really get to sort of showcase and put into practice the things that they've learnt. And it's 4 credit, so it's part of their degrees, and it has some wider benefits to the local community.
So it does not have to be any profit or non-profit organization. As long as they're contributing to their community, it's a plus point for them as students as well, right?
So it's about developing the social responsibility that we're hoping that that we want all our students to do as global citizens, because it's not anyone can just do a business degree and go for a company and earn money, but there's more to contributing to society than just working for a company.
So can you share any insights into the university's commitment towards diversity? Because you've mentioned that it's very important to be diverse in a campus. And how do you promote a supportive, welcoming campus environment for international students?
That really, our student affairs team is absolutely wonderful, and they have loads of different projects and supportive things that they put into place, particularly for new students when they arrive. And they like to say it starts from day one when you arrive on campus, even actually before you arrive on campus. So we want to make contact with students in the months leading up to them joining Richmond. They can sign up for clubs and societies. They can interact with their professors. All students at Richmond are assigned a peer mentor when they first join, and that could be someone from their home country who speaks their own language. It could be somebody from their course that they're going to be doing, or maybe just someone from a different area. So that person is going to help and support a new student when they arrive. Maybe they're not familiar with some of the university systems. They probably haven't been to London before, so that could be a bit overwhelming. So they're going to help them to settle in and make sure they have the right start at university, which we know shows that they then go on to do well during their degree. And so, yeah, not only the peer mentor stuff, we do employability, wellbeing workshops, our accommodation is self-catered, so we promote, cooking classes and, give students budgeting classes so they can, they get the benefits of being in London and of adapting to being in a city like London, but still then flourish while they're doing their education.
What are the interesting activities for the newcomers do you give for the students that you would want to engage in a group of diverse individuals?
I would say that having some of our sort of student government, they do lots of things on their own to have debates about sort of political things that are going on in the world, talking about how new technologies in teaching can benefit students. And then little things like even just like having our research and writing centres, our maths workshops for students that need to do maths in their degrees that maybe don't feel very confident in that areas.
Okay. So they'll be able to showcase their skills, their own expertise in different programs. That's what you're meaning to say.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So in today's rapidly changing educational system, so how does Richmond University stay at the forefront of innovation and adapt to the evolving needs of the students? How does the innovation benefit the students?
Yeah. So we moved campus recently to a very modern campus in West London.
Okay.
And so we are very much kitted out with all the latest technology.
Right.
We also have the degrees that we teach. We have each group of programs has its own research centre. So as an example, we have something called the State Power Globalisation Research Centres, and that centres a lot on the international relations, politics, history-based degrees. And so these research centres act as symposiums, as collaborative spaces for academics and students to discuss some of the key issues that are happening in the world of education.
Right.
And about a month ago, I went to a session that we had about ChatGTP and about how ChatGTP is going to influence the assessment methods that universities used. So we had a big forum with lots of speakers, outside speakers as well, discussing how we can incorporate ChatGTP into our assessment methods. And that's going to benefit the student and shows that innovation isn't just a threat, it's also can be used collaboratively to benefit the work that universities do.
Okay, perfect. So as an international student as well, we would always have this concern whether we will be able to get jobs easily. So in London or in West London, as you've mentioned, what are the main requirements should a student have to find jobs there for internships or for survival?
Yeah, so students in the UK are allowed to work 20 hours a week on their visa.
Okay.
And obviously we wouldn't want them working more than that because we want them to focus on their studies.
Yes.
So lots of our students will find just sort of regular jobs just to help them to earn some pocket money.
Right.
But from a sort of real careers development point of view, our careers and internships office is, running events from day one and all through the academic year.
Okay.
So, last year we had 50 different events that students could attend related to careers, and those range from things like guest speaker sessions from alumni or from other, business leaders in the area that will come in, talk to students, tell them how they can enter the industry, what jobs what things they can do to help, boost their CVs, what it's actually like to work in this industry. To actual formal work placements that students will do in their final years. And so they'll sit down. It's very much sort of one-on-one support. So students will talk to the internships office, sort of the type of areas they want to work in. And then through our network of over 300 companies in London, we can reach out and hopefully get the student sort of an internship or a more formal work placement in the area they want. And even if it's not in person, there might be an alumni based here in the Middle East or based in the US that we can assign as a mentor to a student who wants to work in that industry. So that alumni can help guide them, And then obviously we do the basic things as well around giving CV workshops, mock interviews before students do jobs, skills, up training skills, maybe based around some computer software. We also have a range of short courses which aren't included in the tuition, but a student might want to do to just help enhance their CV and broaden the skills that they have.
So I would say London is just not amazing for vacation, but for jobs as well, it's amazing.
Yes.
So my final question for you, what advice would you offer to the prospective students that are considering Richmond University as their choice for the higher education in the UK?
So what I would really say about any studying abroad, but particularly in the UK, universities are really looking for students that showcase that they have a passion for their subject. So, what have you done perhaps during high school or perhaps or at university at undergraduate level that was sort of outside the standard offer that you had? Maybe you've tried to start your own business in some capacity. Maybe you've done some volunteering in some way with a local organisation. Maybe you've organised a little workshop or a little collaborative group of students to discuss some issues that you're really interested in. And then I feel like if you can talk about those in your applications or when you're applying to university, then that's really impressive. I also just think students need to research. Research the universities, find out exactly how many class hours you're going to be doing, when will I be coming to campus, will I have time to work or not, and if they really want to go deep, you could look at the type of research the professors in the department do and see if that aligns with your areas of interest. Most professors will have some sort of web page where they have contact details, where they talk about their research or their areas of interest. And you could even reach out to those professors and say, I'm thinking of joining your university. This is what I'm really interested in. Would this be a good fit?
Amazing. Thank you so much, sir, for your time. To all the students out there who are interested in moving to the UK for their higher education, you may look into Richmond American University's website and get to know more about their courses and get in touch with their student affairs to get more information as well. Thank you so much, sir, for your time today.
Thank you so much, Africa. It's been really lovely to speak to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.